My name is Carla. I am 35 years old now. I live in a big city. My life is busy every day. I have a good job. I have good friends here. But sometimes I remember the past. I remember when I was 16 years old. That was a very different time. I was just a girl then. My heart was very new. I did not know about real love. I did not know about real pain either. I lived in a very small town. The town was always quiet. Everyone knew everyone there. My house was near the park. I spent my days reading books. I spent my days dreaming. I dreamed about the future. I dreamed about big adventures. I did not think about boys much. My mother always said to me, "Wait for the right time, Carla." I believed her always. I was very innocent then. I felt happy with simple things. A sunny day made me smile. A new song made me dance. That was my whole life. It was a sweet, easy life. This story is about a boy named Brian. He was my first teacher. He taught me the first lesson of the heart. It was a strong lesson. I will never forget it. I remember everything very clearly. High school was simple for me. I studied very hard. My grades were always good. My friends were Sarah and Lisa. We ate lunch together every single day. We talked about schoolwork. We talked about our favorite classes. We did not talk about boys much. We were just three girls. We liked simple, quiet things. I walked home from school every afternoon. I always took the long way home. I liked to see the old houses. I liked the smell of cut grass. Life was very slow then. It was peaceful and safe. Brian was in my math class. I noticed him sometimes, but I did not look at him often. He sat in the very back row. He had dark, messy hair. He looked very serious always. I thought he was very smart. He never laughed very loud. He just watched the teacher. One afternoon, I dropped my books. It was a very big pile. They fell on the hard floor with a loud sound. I felt very shy immediately. I felt my face turn bright red. Brian came to me quickly. He did not speak a single word. He just picked up all the books. He gave them back to me. His hand touched my hand when he gave them. It was a very short touch, but I felt something strange then. My skin felt warm. My heart felt fast. He smiled just a little bit. Then he walked back to his seat. I thought, his smile is very kind. That evening I could not study. I kept seeing his face in my mind. I kept feeling that short touch. It was just a small touch, but it changed my quiet day completely. The next day, he said hello to me. "Hello, Carla," he said softly. His voice was deep and calm. I said, "Hello, Brian." I felt very nervous. I wanted to talk much more, but I did not know what I should say. So I just smiled at him. He smiled back at me. We stood there for a long moment. No words passed between us, only two shy smiles. This was the true start. My calm life was now changing. I was not alone in my dreams anymore. Brian started to walk with me always. We walked home together after school every day. We did not hold hands at first. We just walked side by side. We talked about small, simple things. We talked about the hard math test. We talked about the old quiet library. He told me about his small dog Max. I told him about my favorite songs on the radio. Talking to him was very easy. It felt very natural and good. I liked being near him all the time. His presence was calm and strong. He was not like the other boys at school. The other boys were always loud. They were always running and shouting. Brian was thoughtful. He listened very carefully to me. He listened to every word I said. One sunny afternoon, we sat by the river. The water moved very slowly. The air was warm and smelled like flowers. He looked at me for a very long time. I felt shy again. I felt my cheeks get warm. He said, "Carla, I like you a lot." The words were simple words, but they were very big words for me. My heart jumped high in my chest. I did not know what to say to him. I just looked at his eyes. I thought, is this a joke? No, his eyes were serious. They were very honest. I said, "I like you too, Brian." I spoke very, very softly. He took my hand then. This time it was not a short touch. He held my hand firmly in his. His hand was big and warm. We sat there for many minutes. No more talking needed. Just holding hands by the river. This was my first true feeling of love. It was more than a song. It was more than a book. It was very real, but there was a big problem. Brian was moving soon. He told me about it one afternoon. His father got a new job. It was in a different state. A state very far away from us. He said, "I have to move in 3 months exactly." My heart felt instantly cold. 3 months is not a long time. It felt like one single second. I thought, why did this happen to us now? I finally found love, but I found it with a clock ticking fast. The love had a deadline on it. It was a hard, sad truth. We decided to use the time well. We wanted to be together always. We went to the movies every week. We shared one soda between us. We talked on the phone late at night. We whispered small secrets to each other. Every single day was important to us. Every moment was a precious gift. We were always together after that. My parents liked Brian a lot. They saw he was a good boy. They saw he was very kind to me. But they knew about his move. My mother said, "Carla, be careful with your heart." "This will be very hard," I said. "I know, Mom." But I love him so much. I thought, love can beat distance. I was very young then. I was very hopeful always. We made plans for the future. Big plans for a very small time. We walked to the top of a big hill once. We saw the whole town from there. The houses looked like tiny toys. He looked at me sadly. He had tears in his eyes. He said, "I will never forget you, Carla." I cried too then. My tears were hot on my face. I said, "I will wait for you, Brian. We can write many letters. We can call each other." We promised many things that day. We promised to be strong always. We promised to be forever together. Then came the very last day. Brian's car was packed full. His family was waiting in the car. He came to my door alone. He held a small wooden box. He gave it to me carefully. "Open it later," he said. He looked so sad. Very, very sad. I felt my stomach hurt. This was the most painful moment of my young life. He hugged me tight then. I could not speak. I just held him close. I thought, please stop time now. But time did not stop for us. He let go of me gently. He looked into my eyes one last time. Then he walked to the car quickly. He did not look back at my house. He just got in. The car drove away fast. It drove until it was a small black spot. Then it was completely gone. Everything was quiet again. My heart felt very empty now. I went straight to my room. I sat on my bed sadly. I held the small wooden box tightly. I opened it slowly and carefully. Inside there was one small picture. It was a picture of us by the river. We were smiling very happily. Next to the picture was a letter. I started to read his words. His words were loving words. They were full of big hope. He wrote, "Carla, this is not the end. We will see each other again soon." I believed his words. I really did believe them. I started to write long letters to him, very long letters. I wrote about my day at school. I wrote about all my feelings. I told him absolutely everything. I put a small flower in one letter. I mailed all the letters every week. I waited for his letters to arrive. I went to the mailbox every day. I checked the mail carefully. Day after day passed slowly. No letter came from Brian. I felt very confused. I thought, maybe the mail service is very slow. I wrote him another letter. I asked, "Did you get my letters? Are you okay there?" I kept waiting always. 1 month passed. 2 months passed slowly. I still wrote my letters, but my hope was getting smaller. My mother saw my sadness every day. She saw my pain. She said, "Carla, maybe he is very busy now. Maybe he is adjusting to a new life." I tried to believe my mother. But one day, I finally stopped writing. My hands felt tired from holding the pen. My heart felt tired from waiting. I realized something very difficult. He was not writing back to me. Maybe he did not want to write back. Maybe the promise was only for that short moment by the river. Maybe he forgot me quickly. This was the hardest truth of all. My first love was gone forever. It was not just gone by distance. It was gone by silence. I cried. I cried very hard for many hours. I cried because of the big loss. I cried because of the innocence that was broken. I finally understood real heartbreak. The pain was very big, but it did not kill me. The silence was a very big lesson. It was a very hard lesson to learn. I learned that words are easy to say. Action is very hard to do. Ryan was a good boy. I know he loved me in that moment. But life moves very fast. New places bring new friends and new things. I kept the small wooden box. I keep it even now, many years later. It is on my shelf at home. I look at the picture sometimes. I see the young girl I was. I see her bright, innocent smile. I do not feel anger anymore. I only feel sweet nostalgia now. I learned many things from that first love experience. I learned that all good things end sometimes, but new good things can start too. I learned that I am strong inside. I can survive the pain. The heart can definitely heal. I thought, maybe this sadness will stay forever with me, but it did not stay. Time moved on slowly. I met other people later. I loved again after Brian, but the first love is always special. It is like the first song you hear. It is not the best song always, but it is the one you always remember. Brian taught me how to feel. He opened my heart wide. He showed me the real joy. He also showed me the real sorrow. Both are a natural part of life. Now, I am careful with my heart. I do not give it away easily to anyone. I know my own worth now. I know that real love needs effort every day. It needs letters, calls, and true presence. Not just sweet words. I am happy now. I have a good life. But I always remember the young girl by the river. I remember the secret promise we made. That promise broke, but it made me who I am today. It made me a stronger person inside. It taught me about hope and about reality. That is the best lesson of all. If you liked this story and want to learn more English, subscribe to the channel. See the next story for a new lesson of the heart. Thank you for listening.